The wife is making dinner tonight, and she decided to go with something simple and healthy. What are we doing tonight, honey? Talk to me.
It's soup. It's soup. It's just a very quick, simple soup because our daughter is not feeling too hot. So I'm just making, this is just a quickie soup is what I call it. So I am doing just a little bit of olive oil, a little bit of butter. We're going to turn this up, and then we are going to put, and you don't have to do olive oil and butter. Sometimes I do just butter, sometimes I do just olive oil, sometimes I do both. So we're going to do that and then get that going, and we're going to put a little bit of shallots. I usually always use shallots instead of onions.
And why is that?
It's not as, it's just a softer flavor. It's not as potent. Shallot is also part garlic.
Are you going to put any salt in that?
No, I do not cook with salt, usually. I mean, some things I will add salt to, but I would say 80% of stuff I don't. So we're gonna get this going, and then I chopped up some carrots, thin, very thin. This is just 2 carrots. I'm gonna put them in here with the oil and the butter and let them...
So what's the cooking time for the soup usually from beginning to end? What are we talking, a half hour, 20 minutes, 1 hour?
Let's time it. I've never timed it.
Okay.
So it's 6:15. Well, 6:16. So let's just say 6:15. We'll round down. So garlic powder. So these containers I actually just refill. This is pure fresh garlic powder that I get from a like a health store, but it makes the flavoring come out. You don't have to do that, but that's what I do. And onion powder, and you just
stir it up.
You just measure
Kind of
with your heart.
measure, yeah.
Yeah, measure with your heart, and you just kind of stir it up. And actually, I am going to add some garlic. I love this garlic paste. I buy it all the time. But that's about as much as I put in.
It smells good.
And again, this is a very, very, very basic soup. We're just throwing stuff together. Okay. I'm putting some ranch in because everything tastes better with butter and ranch. And I probably shouldn't use this, but it's so good. It's so good. Okay, so that's about as much as I put in. And you can see that it's starting to cook at the bottom. So I'm going to add a little bit of chicken stock. Can you see inside the pan?
No, usually when, go ahead.
Well, we want to show them what's inside the pan. So we're going to add a little bit of chicken stock just to kind of get that burning down. Oh, and start the water for the pasta.
Are you going to put salt in that?
No. I'm not going to put salt in it. And I'm not going to
There'll be enough flavor in that anyway.
So I'm going to put some Better Than Bouillon in here just to give it some extra flavor. We're going to stir
No wonder
that in.
no wonder you never need salt.
Exactly. Exactly. Gonna get that going in there. So So what are we? We're 5 minutes in. And then just because I have it and I need to use it because I'm not using it enough, I'm going to use Better Than Bouillon roasted garlic. And just for a little bit of extra garlic flavor. I'm going to stir that up. Ah, hot. So this is my soup pan, my Le Creuset. So now that that's about that route, we are going to take, you can use regular chicken broth, chicken stock, whatever you want. I'm using some bone broth because our daughter is not doing good. So we're just going to pour that in.
All of it?
All of it.
Okay, chef. Okay, chef.
So I'm also adding more chicken broth because I just want more soup.
Are you gonna use any water?
No. And then we just let this boil for a little bit and then we taste it, and if we need to add something, we add something. And voila, that's it. I'm gonna put this on, but I'm not going to put it on all the way. I want it to steam out just a little bit, and I'm gonna put it down on like medium high and let it go until this boils, and then we'll cook some pasta and add it together. Okay, so we have our water boiling for our pasta. I'm just gonna make the whole box.
What are we using for pasta?
Something tiny.
Ditalini pasta, or you can use fideo spaghetti, I guess.
Or you could also use,
Agini di bebe?
yes, or orzo, the little tiny ones that look like rice. So just something small, something tiny. Now we are going to.
So would you do lower the flame over here to a medium and you put this lid on it?
Yep, but remember, so I left it at kind of like a steaming side, like so it could steam out just a little bit. So it's boiling because that's what you want. You want it to boil so all the flavors come together.
And we are how much? Like 15 minutes into this?
Yeah, 15 minutes. And then we're going to turn this down to very low, not low, like not cooking low, but number 1 is what I have it on. And then we're going to just try the broth. Let's see if we need to add anything. I don't think so. So, can you see inside?
Yes, we can. Yes, we can.
So at this point, it's done. Like all we're gonna do is we're just gonna keep it on low until the pasta is ready, and then we're gonna. I never add the pasta to the soup because it just absorbs too much moisture. So what I do is when I put it in bowls, I'll do the soup first, and then or the pasta first, and then the soup.
Okay.
Individually, because if you end up with leftovers, overnight all the pasta will absorb whatever soup is left, and you won't have any soup. You'll just have very flavorful pasta. So that's it. And it's now 6:36. And the only thing we're waiting for is the pasta, and I probably should have started the water sooner so it could boil faster. But that's it. See, 15, let's say 20 minutes.
Nice,
And you're
very
set.
nice.
So the pasta water was boiling, and I'm not straining it in a colander because I want some of the starchy water to still be with the pasta. I don't want it to be too dry. I did cook these al dente, which means it's still slightly firm. So I'm just using one of these little spider things and getting all the pasta out. So here's the pasta. Here's the soup. Depending on how you like your soup, you can add some water to it if you want it to be not as strong. I prefer a stronger soup. And then I already scooped out our daughter's because we put some ice in there. So we're just gonna put, this one's mine because it has ice. We're just gonna do a couple of scoops of broth and carrots. And then I take a scoop of pasta and put it in. I'll put a scoop of pasta over here. I take some Parmesan and I grate it over it. I always use a zester. This is a fruit zester because it's very, very micro. And I just like the way it comes out super, super thin. And then I just shred it on.
Nice.
We'll give her some. And it just really melts right on top. I'll take some. And then that's it.
And if you guys like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you have any questions or comments, leave them in the comment section below. Don't forget to subscribe, and buon appetito. Enjoy.
And it took total start to finish 30 minutes.